A while back I made a video right in the summer about these people that come on the train with sandwiches and they claim that they're out to feed the homeless and the hungry, which they do. See, I remember about 8 years ago. See, I've been selling my books for 13 years now. So about 8 years ago, I remember there used to be like a big muscular guy, black guy. He used to come up with one of them thick ass old black Bibles and a big ass black duffel bag. And the duffel bag used to be filled with food. And he used to go through his spiel and say he got sandwiches to feed the hungry, which he did feed the hungry or people that asked for it. And he would have like Capri Sun juices in them, like these cheap quarter water juices. You know what the quarter water juice is, right? There's some cheap ass juice that they sell for a quarter, and you have a bag full of those and a bag full of bologna sandwiches. And he would go through a spiel about how God has changed his life and how he used to be a crackhead. And then he would go around and ask people did they want sandwiches. And though I want a sandwich, he would then pull out a big Pringles can. You know the Pringles potato chips, he would pull out a can like that, and he would ask for donations. And people would give him donations, right? No harm done. He's feeding the hungry. He's feeding the homeless and the hungry, right? So then like 5 years later, you see other people doing this. And they say, they come out with matching t-shirts. And they say they're coming to feed the hungry and the homeless, which they do, right? No problem. Now, mind you, see, it doesn't cost but like $2. It costs like $1 to buy some cheap ass bread. You could buy like $5 worth of bologna, $5 worth of cheese. You could buy some juices. So in total, you could spend about $25 at most and have a bag full of sandwiches. These sandwiches that look like they make in jail. You know what jail sandwiches is. You can have some jail sandwiches and some fucking cheap ass quarter water. And they could buy a duffel bag full of this and it wouldn't cost them but about $25 at most. But mind you, they're asking for donations. Now, during the course of the day, if you pimping the misery, if you pimping the sympathy of the people, you're gonna do pretty good. You're gonna make a pretty good amount of money at the end of the day. You saying you coming to feed the hungry and the homeless, and you're getting mad donations, and people putting like $5 in your can, $10 in your can. At the end of the day, you done made about $150, but it didn't cost you but $25 just to buy the food. You get what I'm saying? So you're supplying a need, you're supplying a want, you're supplying a demand, but at the same time, you're making a profit off of it. And this is what churches do. This is what all these black ministers do. They're pimping the misery of the people. Now, let me get back to what I was talking about the other day, about Al Sharpton. I think Al Sharpton, I think he's egotistical. I think he's self-centered in a way, because here he comes. Every time something happens with black people, like a racial issue, he always comes around and talks about, what is his goal? What is he out to do? What is he out to achieve? And a friend of mine on Facebook was saying, well, he brings attention to like matters that probably wouldn't get attention, and it brings the violators or the criminals to justice. And like I told you the other day, I said when black people kill black people, they get arrested and they serve time in jail. But when white cops kill black people, nothing happens. They usually walk away. So the end comes Al Sharpton. But what does Al Sharpton do? And like I said before, he's a black man living in the year 2014, still struggling with his hair. Why does he have to wear a perm? Who's going to take a black man serious? No white man, no white society is going to take a black man serious with their hair perm. Unless, they're going to think he's an entertainer like Prince. They're going to think he's an entertainer like James Brown. They don't take Al Sharpton seriously. And this is what black people don't get. And this is how Al Sharpton pimps the misery of the people. And that's what I was talking about, like these people that they claim they're feeding the hungry. They're pimping the misery of the people, and they're making a profit. And I think Al Sharpton pimps the misery